He's like, Janae, I'm quitting Korn. I'm gonna stay home. Wait, is that even allowed?
Janae, get down, please.
Man, how do I pay a phone bill?
I should have seen the signs.
All joking aside, I was devastated.
That was entertaining as hell.
I went from one of the biggest rock stars to an out-of-work single dad.
All those things have to be better than what he was.
And I was bawling, and I said, I effing hate you.
And I just said, Father, am I too late?
All right, that's a look at the trailer for Loud, Crazy Love, a documentary about Brian Welch, the guitarist for the band Korn. A little band called Korn, if you haven't heard of it before. We're in studio with Brian Welch to talk about this new film. Brian, thank you so much for making time to come in this morning.
I am honored to be here in my hometown, Bakersfield.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what I kind of want to start with. I just finished watching the documentary. It's about 90 minutes long, and a lot of it is in Bakersfield. And I know you mentioned there, you have a lot of emotions when you came back here. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you know, growing up in Bakersfield, there's not a lot to do. So, you know, me and the boys got into some trouble. But yeah, when I was growing up, it was like, you know, I started drinking beer at like 15. It was like a weekend thing. Then the band started and all that. We got endorsements. And then when I moved back, about 10 years after being in Korn, I got messed up and with the wrong crowd and started doing meth and everything. So parts in the movie, I reminisced about that and went to some of the places that had the bad memories, but it was all, you know, just to share the struggle.
Absolutely, and a lot of it is talking about the struggle of it, but a lot of it is really talking about after 2005, when you quit Korn to spend more time with your daughter at home. Do you think this documentary clears up any misconceptions that fans of the band had after you left?
That's a great question, yeah, because it was just controversy, man. I mean, we played with bands like, you know, Megadeth, Marilyn Manson, Ozzy, all these bands. Next thing you know, I'm on the front page of Yahoo, like getting baptized and looking like Jesus, and they're like, he lost his mind. And so making the movie and my book too, Saving for Myself, is just, it was my way of just like, this is the whole story. And look and understand, all you fans that are like judging, check this out. You know, this is real life. And
in the documentary, they interview a lot of, you know, people who you grew up with and band members. Did you, after you watched it, did you know that that was going to be their reaction? Is that what they had been telling you all along, or were you surprised by any of the interviews that were included?
No, actually, we filmed a lot more of old friends and everything, and a lot of them didn't make it because it just didn't make sense with the story, you know? And so I was bummed at that because a lot of my friends put effort and put time into it, but it was for nothing. But some of the reactions, like my singer and everything, about he shared his views on my faith and just faith in general and everything. It was a little harsh, you know, but man, to each their own, you know. And I hate this, oh, you're a Christian or you're this faith and then you can't hang out with these people. That's stopping. That's especially with me. It's like no separation. We're all the same.
At your peak, you guys mentioned this in the documentary as well. When you came out at #1 on the Billboard, you were in front of NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, which is so funny for that, you know, to be thrown into your guys' genre as well. But even now, after that peak, you describe yourself as stronger, deeper as band members. How does that feel to have come full circle like that for you?
It's really so cool because you see some of these older bands that they're still bitter at each other or they won't play or be in the same room. And it's like, you know what, life goes by so fast. And I'm so thankful. All of us are just like, are you joking me? We're still able to play in front of thousands of people. We'll draw like, we'll average like 12,000 people with Alice in Chains this summer a night. And it's just like, we are so thankful and grateful. And it's just like, you guys love our music. We are so thankful for you. Let's rock out together, you know?
There were some people saying getting back into Korn was a bad idea after you quit in 2005 and got back with them in 2013. How did you come to that decision that that's what was best for you in that moment?
I had to shut out the voices and listen to my own heart, you know? And so, and yeah, there's a lot of religion that comes with Christ and everything, and I am not about any of that. I am just about the relationship and loving people, you know, the direct relationship with Christ and loving people. And so, yeah, it was just so obvious to me, and it's been so good. You know, there's no there's no groupies, there's no hard drugs,
Right.
there's nothing going on. It's just music, fans, family.
I want to ask you how today's youth could relate to this documentary, because it's not just about a band member who goes through some
Right.
struggles. Nothing's off limits in this. So how do you think people who are growing up now who may not have even listened to Korn when you guys were at your peak, how can they relate to this documentary?
I think anybody that's in a family could relate to, because there's like a lot of struggles in family, and some more than others, but that we deal with topics like teen suicide or teen self-harm, addiction, and then it's like a parent and father-daughter, but that could relate to mother-son or father-son or anything. And so it's just, I think that young and old, I've gotten a lot of comments from young people and older generation. It's just like, it's a good family story.
Absolutely. Brian, thank you so much. There's so many more things I want to ask you, but unfortunately we are out of time. Really quickly, where can people go to watch the documentary?
So it's playing at Reading Cinemas on June 10th at Valley Plaza, and then it's coming out June 18th, DVD, iTunes, Amazon, and everything. So,
awesome. Brian,
yeah.
thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
We're going to send it to Elena Rust now with a quick check of this Bakersfield forecast that Brian knows oh so well.
Oh, so well. Yes.